All right, so I'm just sitting here. Today is overhead upper body day, and it's late. It's like literally 11:30 at night. Me and my wife had some plumbing issues with our house. Trying to get together this chicken coop we got off Amazon. Just a really rough night, or not rough night, but just a busy night, I should say. And not rough. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but just a lot going on. But still got to make some time to put in some work. So, y'all, I've already gotten a little bit of warm here, so not doing anything crazy. The next 4 weeks are just going to be moderate weight, just kind of getting my body in tune, getting some good volume, good conditioning, and then after week 4, that's when we start to ramp up the intensity and the weight, like start bumping up the weight or whatever. So let me go ahead and hit this real quick. And again, I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm not going heavy just yet. I want to use these next 4 weeks, this next first month, this time that I have right now, just to kind of, like I said, just kind of work on my conditioning, get my movements down, fine tune technique, all that good stuff. Then after that 4th week, it'll be time to start bumping that weight up, like I was yapping about. I just I don't have any major expectations going into this thing because this obviously is my first one. This is probably going to be, there we go. Damn, it's kind of hard to get these with one hand. But I just want to go in there, have fun, and just see what I'm capable of. But I also want to do it smart. I don't want to hurt myself because then if I hurt myself, that's months off that I'm not going to be able to lift or be out of work and not help my wife and whatever. So fuck all that. But yeah, let me just take a minute and we'll hit this. And I actually got my 150-pound sandbag. Thought it was just a Wolf Tactical from whatever brand that is. It almost looks like if it had 2 more wolf heads, it'd be like Cerebrus. But it seems like it's not quite as nice as as the REP one. Like this one has like 2 Velcro straps and like 2 or 3 zippers. This one is it's got some Velcro on the inside, and there's a zipper, and then there's this Velcro. But it's still really nice. I haven't thrown it around just yet, so I'm just waiting for the right day. By the way, pre-workout, French roast espresso Starbucks coffee, whole bean, ground at home, in the Scooby-Doo mug. French press is the way to do it. Okay, so I just did a rep with 135, and I was thinking that might be slightly heavier than I need to go. I think I need to be at like 50, 60% of what my max is. I think this is closer to like maybe 70, 75% of that. I'm really not even sure what my max shoulder press is. I don't really go for one rep maxes. I just don't do that. But I want to do one more rep, see how it feels, and then I might actually go back down, strip it, put the quarter and the 10 back on, and do 115, and then just I want again. Put my ego aside. Can I do 135? Absolutely, I totally could. But at the same time, these next 4 weeks are about just kind of building that base, working on my conditioning, my stamina, and stuff like that. So let me see how this feels real quick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go down. I don't want to do. I just feel like that's slightly. Just because I can do it doesn't mean that I should do it. I feel like I should just maybe. Hell, maybe I shouldn't even do. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna do the quarter and 25 and the 10. Another thing about shoulder press too, you gotta think about that's a lot of like axial fatigue. Like that's a lot of compression and load on your spine. So it's just a lot more fatigue. Overall. All right, let me take a breath and then we'll hit this. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, the whole thing for these next 4 weeks. Sorry to sound like a broken record, but I don't need to do any grinders. So like really slow grinding reps where I'm just barely getting it like close to failure reps. I want to stay in a 2 to 4 reps in reserve. So I'm gonna see how this feels real quick, and then if anything, I'll strip the tens. I'm gonna try to refrain from using my belt right now until I get to maybe that third or fourth week, or probably after the fourth week when I start upping the weight a little bit. Then I might throw the belt on, but I might do some research and just see. So okay, don't want to do any grinders. Okay, that felt pretty good. Okay, so the ones that I was doing before, those were strict presses. So literally, when I say strict press, for those of you that may not know, just literally just using your shoulders. It's a lot more. It's strict. You're only using a certain part. More regulations or control. Whereas a push press, you kind of use your legs and then kind of use your leg drive. That just to kind of like give it a little pop up. So I'm going to try to do a couple of those with this. With 115, honestly, I probably should add a little bit of weight for this because just getting that little bit extra with that leg drive, that like I said, that pop that you get with it, Makes it a little bit easier. Whereas a strict press obviously is a lot harder because you're only using like your shoulders, your triceps, and like your upper some of your chest, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just gonna see how I usually don't do this movement a lot, but for the shoulder press at the the South Carolina Strongest Man or whatever. I forget what the hell it's called now. I need to be better about that, but they allow for split jerk and push. They're a little bit lenient on how you can shoulder press, or overhead press, I should say. Let's see how this feels. Might have to watch some YouTube videos to see. Maybe that's the first time I've really done that movement. So maybe there's something I'm not. Maybe I missed. There's a cue that I can watch or somebody can give me because I don't. Maybe I'm popping my hips too late or too early, but you know, it feels okay. I might do another set of that, just kind of with the legs. My legs are still a little bit sore from leg day. That's those squats and split lunges that I did Saturday night. So maybe I won't take it too crazy. Maybe I'll go ahead and do some lat pull down, some assisted band pull ups, and maybe do some light bent over barbell rows. I almost wondering to myself if I did enough overhead press, if I should do like one or two more sets, but it's already late and I don't want to do too much. I do have a big day tomorrow with my sandbag, so I don't want to wear myself out. But I just also want to try to follow the program as much as possible. All right, let's go. Okay. Again, I want to keep some reps in reserve. Don't want to go too crazy to failure. I feel like that is one of my weaknesses when I do lift. Is I always feel like I gotta. If my set doesn't end with me barely finishing it, I feel like I don't do enough. So I need to start trying to get in the mindset of trying to keep some taking some fuel, some taking the gas, keep some gas in the tank is what I'm trying to fucking say. Y'all know. Kind of throwing in some rows with it now. So I think next I'm going to maybe do another set of lat pull downs, maybe another two sets of some bent over rows. And then I did kind of want to do some bench press just to kind of do some close grip, maybe hit some triceps, work on my chest a little bit. Chest is not really as much. I'm not going to say it's not needed or used in strongman because that would be a lie. There was definitely times and implements where this chest, there's a lot of pushing movements in strongman, but as far as like a traditional bench press goes. Until I think it was Strongest Man on Earth was when Brian Shaw had the standing bench press with the kegs. If you've never seen it, look up Strongest Man on Earth standing bench press, and they had this apparatus that would like it would drop a keg. You bench it, finish the rep, let it down. They drop another keg in it, and every rep that you complete, it's kind of like it's like the opposite of a drop set, whatever that would be called. Like it gets heavier as you complete the set. So, other than that, there's not really. I mean, they're like the Conan's wheel, or certain like times where you're pushing, or even like an overhead press where you're slightly pushing it away from you. There is an element of chest press and with the overhead press, But yeah, I think I'm going to do some bench. Man, I really do miss lifting with my brother. I miss him a lot. Me and him, we had that brotherly instinct and drive just to kind of like make each other better. Trying to outdo each other, but all from like a point of love. I feel like I would just be even bigger and stronger if he was still here. Like, there's no telling how big I'd be by now if he was still here. It's no excuse, but it's more so like I don't give excuses. I try to give reasons. But there's no excuse to stay that way. And I have done what I can since he departed us, and just to do what I can to stay somewhat active and somewhat strong. But that doesn't mean that I can't get better. That goes for anybody. But yeah, I think he'd be pretty not impressed, but I think he'd be pretty geeked out that I'd be doing strongman now. I think he would think that was pretty cool. He was always pretty supportive of me, whether it was like my music. Like, I was in a rock band in high school and we did pretty well. We were played on the radio and had sure. See, now I'm just yapping. But anyways, let me quit yapping my gums and finish this work I got to do. Okay, no grinders. I always have that tendency to want to try to get that last one. No grinders. I was like 255, 260, like 6, 8 months ago, and I was doing dips for like anywhere from 10 to 12 reps. I was really, really doing quite well on my dips. My triceps were really powerful, so I want to get back to doing that. I think right now I'm hitting at it right about 8 reps or so without going straight to failure. So I'm gonna quit yapping. Dips are one of my favorite exercises. I'm finally glad that I have something to be able to do some dips on. It's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. All right. Still your motherfucking set, bitch. Let's go. feeling pretty good. All right. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Tonight, it is late. Had a busy day, but still gotta try to find the time to put the work in. So, let's go. All right. Well, y'all, I guess that's gonna call it for tonight. So, didn't really get to do everything that the program called for, but I did pretty much hit all the major movements and muscle groups that I need to train upper body and the overhead press. So, it's a really good lift. I'm gonna go inside, get something to eat, get a shower, toke on a little something, and yeah, go from there. And just tomorrow, then tomorrow, need to focus on just like I did today, just focus on staying hydrated and making sure I eat good. I think I need to up my carbs a little bit. I'm feeling a little bit tired, so I haven't really been eating a lot of carbs. So I think it's time to kind of start upping my carb intake a little bit and trying to meet my protein intake and all that stuff. So I didn't eat exactly on time with my meals today, but I still did eat meals throughout the day. So that's better than, nothing at all. But all right, y'all, let me quit yapping y'all's head off. It was a good lift. Look forward to doing my sandbag tomorrow. Not sure about the 150 pounds just yet. Again, like I mentioned, you already want to work on conditioning, stamina, getting the movements down, just getting my overall endurance up, and then after that third, fourth week, that's when I'll start bumping up the weight. So yeah, until then, I'll see y'all in the next video. This has been, I don't know if I'm gonna do it day 2 or part 2, because technically this is day 3, but I didn't record yesterday because me and my wife and my grandfather, and we took my hound dog. We all went for like an hour walk around our neighborhood, so I didn't even really track that. But technically, that was day 2. This is day 3. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. But now I'm yapping. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time.